In a video from last month, I explained why the Apple Watch was being banned in the US, and it had to do with its blood oxygen sensor violating a patent held by a medical devices company called Masimo. I ended the video by giving 3 possible solutions that could end the ban. Apple could create a new algorithm and sensor to measure blood oxygen that avoids patent violation. They could pay a settlement to Masimo for damages and properly license their patent, or they could rely on a US trade representative to veto the ban completely. Well, in typical Apple fashion, they defied everyone's expectations and simply removed the feature altogether, which has raised some questions, like if previously sold Apple Watches will have their blood oxygen sensor disabled, or what happens when you need to repair a watch with a new sensor that Apple can no longer provide. Right now, there are more questions than answers, but there are things we know. In a court document filed yesterday, Apple revealed that they've prepared Apple Watch models that, quote, do not contain pulse oximetry functionality. But what does that mean exactly? Will they ship revised watch models without the blood oxygen sensor? Or will the sensor just be disabled through software? Well, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman suggested that Apple's physically removed the blood oxygen sensor from new models. So even if the ban is eventually reversed, owners of these modified watches will be out of luck, since the capability won't exist at all, even with a software update. Thankfully, existing Apple Watch users will not be affected. Their blood oxygen sensor will remain functional and is not at risk of being disabled through software. Now, the Apple Watch ban that went into effect on December 26th was temporarily paused the next day on the 27th since Apple's appealing the ruling. But no one's sure how long this pause will last, and it could end as soon as this month, which is likely the reason why Apple took such drastic measures. They want to resume sales of their flagship watch models as soon as possible to prevent lost revenue, even if that means temporarily removing one of its headlining features. And yes, that means blood oxygen sensing will be coming back at some point, likely when Apple figures out a workaround that sidesteps Masimo's patents. But until then, customers will likely be paying the same price for an Apple Watch that does a little less.